Let's be real. When it comes to men's health, there's one question that simply never goes away. Does size truly matter? You encounter it everywhere from late-night comedy, gym conversations, even at family gatherings when someone makes an uncomfortable joke. Social media makes it even worse. Memes, overstatements, boasting, grievances. But underneath all that chaos is a man who silently asks himself, am I adequate? Do I compare? And what do women genuinely prefer? And here's the reality. The answer is far more reassuring and far more unexpected than you likely believe. So stay with me, because today we're going to distinguish truth from myth. We'll examine what science actually reveals about women's preferences, why the misconceptions are so dominant, and the daily patterns that silently undermine men's confidence far more than any measurement ever could. Quick pause. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from today. I appreciate knowing how far our men's health community extends. And while you're here, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps us keep delivering you honest, practical health insights without shame, stigma, or gimmicks. The misconception is straightforward. Larger is always superior. Films, jokes, even some acquaintances may strengthen that belief. But science reveals a different reality. Across multiple studies, when women are able to choose privately, without pressure, without social influence, the dominant preference is for average size. That's correct. Not the extremes, not the 12-inch overstatements, not the absurd versions you encounter online. Average. Why? Because sex is about comfort, connection, and pleasure, not about maximizing inches. And here's the most comforting part. The vast majority of men already exist within that preferred range. For those who aren't familiar with me, I'm Dr. Laura Bennett, a board-certified urologist with over 15 years of experience helping men over 50 protect their confidence, enhance their intimacy, and restore dignity in their health. I've had countless men enter my clinic with the same quiet worry. Doctor, I'm concerned I'm not sufficient. And I've witnessed firsthand how damaging that fear can be. Not just in the bedroom, but in marriages, self-worth, and even professional confidence. That's why I want to guide you through the actual science. And then I'll reveal the 5 biggest errors men commit regarding this issue and the action steps to replace insecurity with confidence. Error number 1, accepting media misconceptions. Biologically, the average erect penis is 5 to 6 inches long and approximately 4.5 to 5 inches in girth. And studies of best-selling adult toys demonstrate women overwhelmingly select sizes in the same range. Emotionally, when men compare themselves to unrealistic media, they generate anxiety and shame even though they are already right on target. Practically, stop comparing yourself to films or exaggerated accounts. Remember, women's preferences in private selections reflect reality, not fantasy. Error number 2, overlooking comfort and compatibility. From a biological perspective, the female anatomy is built for comfort first. Excessive girth or length beyond what's comfortable can create discomfort rather than satisfaction. The vaginal canal averages 3 to 4 inches when not aroused and expands to accommodate during arousal. But there are limits to what feels pleasurable versus painful. Research from the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that women reported discomfort when length exceeded 7 inches or girth was substantially above average. This isn't about preferences, it's about physical limitations. On an emotional level, most women prioritize feeling safe, understood, and emotionally close over any physical measurements. They're not looking for sex to be a performance evaluation. They want it to be an experience of genuine connection and mutual pleasure. In practical terms, what matters most is pacing, open communication about what feels good, and finding positions that work for both partners. These elements contribute infinitely more to sexual satisfaction than an additional half-inch ever could. Error number 3, believing all women share identical desires. Biologically speaking, research indicates subtle variations in preferences. Some studies show that women who regularly experience vaginal orgasms may demonstrate a slight preference for moderately above average length, but we're discussing approximately 6.5 inches, far from the extremes portrayed in media. What's crucial to understand is that preferences are deeply individual. Some women consider size important, while others don't give it any thought whatsoever. What nearly all women value universally: a partner who is confident, emotionally present, and communicates openly. Emotionally, the question shouldn't be, do I measure up to some universal standard? But rather, what brings my partner the most comfort and deepest connection? That single shift in mindset can revolutionize your intimate relationship. Practically, have honest conversations with your partner. Ask what makes them feel most connected, most satisfied, most comfortable. Their answer will almost never be about measurements. It'll be about presence, attentiveness, and emotional availability. Error number 4, neglecting your overall physical health. Here's what most men miss. Erectile quality depends far more heavily on cardiovascular health, hormone balance, and lifestyle choices than it does on size measurements. Biologically, strong erections require robust blood flow. Dehydration reduces blood volume. Smoking damages blood vessels. Poor sleep disrupts testosterone production. Lack of physical activity weakens cardiovascular function. All of these factors directly impact your performance in ways that size never will. A man who maintains his physical health, who exercises regularly, stays hydrated, manages stress effectively, and prioritizes quality sleep, naturally exudes confidence and vitality. This energy is infinitely more attractive than any specific measurement. Emotionally, when you invest in your overall wellness, you feel capable and powerful regardless of any numbers on a ruler. That confidence translates directly into better intimate experiences. In practical terms, focus on the fundamentals. Drink adequate water daily. Engage in regular cardiovascular exercise. Find healthy stress management techniques, and prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Women consistently rate vitality, energy, and overall health far above any physical extremes. And speaking of what women actually value, I'm going to share something crucial at the end of this video. What over 1,200 women said they truly want in intimate relationships. The results might completely surprise you and shift your entire perspective. So make sure you stay until the end. Error number 5, allowing insecurity to dominate intimate moments. This might be the most destructive mistake of all. When you enter intimacy, consumed by worry about measurements, you activate your body's stress response. Biologically, anxiety triggers cortisol release, which suppresses testosterone production and restricts blood flow. This creates a vicious cycle. Anxiety leads to weaker erections, which increases anxiety, which further damages performance. You're literally sabotaging yourself with worry. Emotionally, many men approach intimate moments thinking, I hope I'm big enough, instead of, I'm excited to connect with my partner. Women are incredibly perceptive. They sense that anxiety, that self-consciousness, and it disrupts the entire experience for both of you. The irony is that the very worry about not being enough becomes the thing that makes you less present, less confident, and less connected. The actual qualities that matter most. Practically speaking, you must replace comparison with confidence. Before intimate moments, take several deep breaths. Ground yourself in the present moment. Focus entirely on your partner, their pleasure, their comfort, their experience. Remind yourself, I am more than adequate when I show up fully present and attentive. So what can you implement starting immediately? Eliminate the comparison trap. Unfollow social media accounts that promote unrealistic standards. Curate your digital environment to protect your mental health. Educate yourself on actual averages. 5 to 6 inches in length, 4.5 to 5 inches in girth. Science says you're almost certainly within the preferred range. Redirect focus toward genuine skills. Communication, understanding foreplay, and building trust consistently rank exponentially higher for women than size considerations. Prioritize your physical health. Robust circulation, restorative sleep, proper hydration, and balanced hormones impact intimacy far more than measurements. Develop confidence practices. Before intimate encounters, take 3 deep breaths, focus entirely on your partner, and remind yourself, I am completely sufficient exactly as I am. Now, let me share something that might surprise you. I've spoken with hundreds of women in clinical settings where they could be completely honest without judgment. And what they told me contradicts almost everything you see in media. A comprehensive study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine surveyed over 1,200 women about what truly matters sexually. Here's what they ranked as their top priorities. Number 1, emotional connection. 87% of women. Feeling emotionally present with their partner mattered most. Not size, not technique. Being fully there in the moment. Number 2, communication and attentiveness. 73%. The ability to ask, does this feel good? And actually listen to the answer. Noticing when something isn't working and being willing to adjust. Number 3, foreplay and patience. 68%. Adequate foreplay averages 15 to 20 minutes, not the 2 to 3 minutes many men assume is enough. Number 4, confidence without arrogance. 61%. Women are attracted to men comfortable in their own bodies, whatever they look like. They sense insecurity immediately, and it creates distance. And number 5, physical attributes including size. Only 23%. And even within that group, most preferred average or slightly above average, never extremes. Here's the most telling finding. When asked what would most improve their sexual satisfaction, not a single woman in the study mentioned her partner's size as a primary concern. The most common answers were more emotional intimacy, better communication, longer foreplay, and more consistent orgasms through non-penetrative stimulation. The size queen myth. Yes, some women prefer larger sizes, but studies estimate this represents less than 8% of women. 8%. The vast majority, over 75%, actively prefer average size because it's more comfortable and doesn't cause physical discomfort. I had a patient, a 52-year-old man, convinced his wife was unsatisfied because of his size. He carried this fear for 15 years. In couples counseling, when asked what would improve their intimacy, his wife said, I wish he would just relax and enjoy the moment instead of being so anxious. I wish he would talk to me during sex. I wish he would spend more time on foreplay. His size has never been an issue. His anxiety about it is the only problem. Here's my challenge. Stop asking, am I big enough? And start asking, am I present enough? Am I attentive enough? Am I communicating enough? Those are the questions that actually matter. Because women aren't looking for a specific measurement. They're looking for a partner who makes them feel desired, heard, safe, and connected. And that has nothing to do with inches. Listen, I understand this topic carries tremendous emotional weight. Some of you may have harbored these insecurities since adolescence. Perhaps someone made a hurtful remark. Perhaps you've quietly worried every time you began a new relationship. But here's the fundamental truth. Science supports you. You are statistically normal, you are adequate, and you are absolutely capable of providing your partner with deeply satisfying intimate experiences. Not because of any measurement, but because of who you are and how you connect. Gentlemen, let me share this final perspective. Genuine confidence doesn't emerge from pursuing impossible extremes. It emerges from understanding reality, maintaining your health, and showing up with full presence and respect. Age doesn't signal the end of vitality. In reality, for countless men, their 50s and 60s become their most sexually confident decades because they finally release the burden of comparison and step fully into connection. So carry yourself with dignity. You don't need to measure up to cultural myths. You need to measure up to your own authentic self, and that is more than sufficient. If you found this information reassuring, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. I'm Dr. Laura Bennett, reminding you that your worth is not defined by inches. It's defined by your confidence, your health, and the genuine love you bring into every relationship. Stay strong, stay confident, and remember, you are enough.